Alright guys, I'm Airway and this is Airway the Shed. Today we got Molly Beats.
What's up with it, y'all?
Yes sir. Take us back, man. Take us early. What was it like growing up being a young Molly Beats? And where were you?
I mean, I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio, but I came here, when I was like 4, if I remember right. But yeah, I was raised in Fort Wayne. I used to play the drums in church. I used to, what else did I used to do? I used to play the drums in band. I was on the drum line. I started off playing the trombone, but that wasn't working out too well for your boy.
How old were you?
When I was on the drum line?
Yeah.
That was middle school, so like about 12. You know what I mean? 12 all the way through 8th grade. But I let it go in high school just because I don't know. I felt like it wasn't the cool thing to do in high school, so I just let it go. But after I got out of high school, well, actually a little bit in high school, I started dipping into producing a lot. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't like big in it, but I had at least a little HP laptop, and a USB mic, and everybody looked at me like I had the full studio. So everybody was coming to me, and we was making it do what it do on Mixcraft. So,
hell yeah.
And that's really the. Well, actually, I kind of skipped the whole. What really started the studio. What really started the studio was. Me and my homies, downtown. There's a downtown library. There's a studio, in the downtown library. Back then, it was actually like a whole MacBook in there. It was like a nice mic in there, and it was free to use to the public as long as you had a library card. And we went up in there one time, and we just like, "Yo, we got a studio!" Like, we was like happy as hell, and then. Like we just wasn't. The thing is, we were starstruck though. Like we wasn't really getting shit done. We were just sitting there playing with the damn laptop. So my two homies, they went outside to take a smoke break or whatever, and somehow I literally figured out the program, got a beat on there, made like a whole song in like less than like 15 minutes, and they came back and I played it for them. They was like, "Yo, this shit slaps." You know what I mean? Like. So that's what really started off like the whole studio journey.
So where did the name come from?
Molly Beats. That's literally just part of my last name. You know what I mean? I didn't even go in depth with it. I was just like, I need a producer name. You know what I mean? Fucking, and just went from there. Went from my last name and turned it into something.
So let's take it back because you told me a little bit of brief moments here and there. In middle school. Mm-hmm. Were you, besides you started a band, were you into sports? Were you just all around being just in school? Like, what was your mindset and what were you doing?
In school, I didn't play sports in school because my grades was always sucking. But I played Metro, you know what I mean? I was on the...
Metro in Cincinnati?
No, Metro here in Fort Wayne.
Okay.
Yeah, Metro Youth Sports. It's a football league here, and they got, like, cheerleaders too, like... So it just keeps the youngins and doing something productive, in the community.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, I played. My first team was the Bulldogs. That's Pee Wee. Then when I went to JV and varsity, I was with the Cardinals.
Okay.
Rest in peace, DC.
Yeah.
He was like the best coach ever. But unfortunate things happening.
Yeah.
So.
What brought you to Fort Wayne then?
My dad had a job down here. In radio. He was by the name of Bob Shannon. I don't know if too many people know him or not, but yeah, that's why we ended up moving out here. He was doing radio down there, but he got offered a job down here that was paying a little bit more. And so we've been here kind of ever since. Excuse me.
Do you wish you grew up a little bit in Cincinnati? Or how do you feel for the music scene?
Yeah, for real. But like Yeah, I can't even lie, I really do. You know what I mean? But like, it's not.
You can't change it, but
yeah,
if you could, you just
yeah. So that's why we, doing what we doing here, trying to like really spark the scene up a lot more down here. So
hell yeah,
bring the vibes wherever you go.
Hell yeah. So let's say get back in middle school. You dropped off the band to trombone. What was going? This is when you got into music full time. You would say
like I had to pick an elective really when I got to middle school, and nothing really seemed interesting other than like just playing instruments. But the instrument I was assigned was a trombone. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to play the trombone.
Right.
It was just what I was assigned. And then I talked to Mr. Vaughn. He was like one of the best band teachers ever.
What school you said?
At Miami Middle School.
Okay.
Yeah, and he ended up letting me move to the drum line. And it's funny because all my friends, like we was in different positions, and he let us all move to where we was comfortable. And shit, we would be in there playing slaps. Like I wish I still learned how to read. I wish I still knew how to read music like I used to back then. But that was fun. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Was school your first introduction to an instrument, or were you playing before piano or anything?
Church.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, like
before middle school.
Yeah, I was playing a drum set in church before middle school. So like that whole like about 8 years old on to like 10, 11.
Okay.
I started taking lessons at 8, but I never really like kept doing the drum set thing. You know what I mean? I know how to make a steady beat on the drums, but I wouldn't call myself a drummer, So
yeah.
definitely on now a DAW is a different story. I can make some fire drums on a DAW,
Yeah. So did you go to college for music?
I tried to start like, what was it, 2 years ago, but that shit. I was like, fuck this shit. They teaching me everything I basically know. Not saying that they didn't have knowledge I couldn't learn, but I was just like, I've been kind of doing this shit so long now. Like this is just fucking boring me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they trying to teach me the music theory part when I done already kind of skipped past all that. You know what I mean? And I just go by ear now. So
Yeah. So what was life like after high school? What were you doing? What was going on? Did you get the studio at that time?
Life after high school, I had my first kid like when I was like leaving high school. I was what grade was I in? I was a junior, and that's when I was having my first kid when I was a junior, and I ended up dropping out, like just panicking, like I need to get money type shit, like I need to make some fucking cheese. Excuse me. And oh shit, my bad. Cut. I'm just playing. But where was I at?
What grade you had decided to take a leave from school?
Oh yeah, 11th grade. Yeah, I still decided to drop out, and like I thought the best thing to do was just to go make some money type shit, and just did that however I seen fit. But I ended up going back, later getting my GED, like what was it, 2 years ago. So I wouldn't, yeah.
Was it a stressful time for you when you found out?
I think I was just overthinking it, like, like every dude does sometimes, you know what I mean? Yeah, I was just overthinking it. Like, I really could have stayed at school because realistically, the school would have worked with me, but I was just like, nah, fuck this. Like, I need to go make some cheese.
Yeah. So then, when did the studio come back in? How many more years after that?
It's always like kind of been there. Like whether it was it's crazy. I've had at least like 7, 8 setups. You know what I mean? Like,
hell yeah.
Like
grinding.
It's whether like now, like if I got down bad, needed some cheese, some extra cheese, and I had to like, obviously I just can't have all this shit in the house, and had to fucking give it away or not give it away. Sell that shit just to make some extra ends meet. So, but it's I always got it back though. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. It's like literally always stayed there. And if I wasn't like, if I didn't have it myself, like I would, I'd be in the studio somewhere. So it's just always been hovering. Like it's just always with me.
Now, the person you had to kill, was she gonna help support as well? Like, does she believe in this music dream as well? Your parents? Do you have a lot of support?
I wouldn't say I got a lot of support because, first of all, like, it's only like my immediate family that lives down here, you know what I mean? So, but I know, like, I know all my other family, I know they fuck with my music and shit, they tell me to keep going, but like the immediate ones, they ain't really, I don't think they ain't gonna see the dream, you know what I mean, until it's like really happening type shit, so it is what it is, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's nothing you can change about it until you show if you feel, okay.
Yeah, but shit, we definitely been stepping lately, so
hell yeah.
We're gonna have to see.
So when did I know you said that scene how you had two guys go out and you put down a verse. Mm-hmm. Do you still rap? Because I know he has Molly Beast, the producer, the mixer and master engineer.
Yeah, I'm actually working on an album right now. I ain't got too much information for y'all yet, but it's definitely cooking up right now. Like I got at least like 4 songs done for it out of about 10. I might stretch it to 12, but for right now it's looking like 10, and it's gonna be a club banger type of album. So just to show people I'm an artist as well as a producer, you know what I mean? Because every producer has an artist side, at least as far as I know,
Oh yeah. Would you say you're more as the producer though?
You said what?
Would you say people know you more as?
Yeah, yeah. But people always be like, when you gonna start rapping again? Like, I wasn't claiming being a rapper or nothing, but
which one do you prefer?
I like them both, to be honest. Like, cause it plays hand in hand. Like, your voice is an instrument as well. And it's like making your voice, part of the whole thing, because it is part of the whole thing. So I like both of them. I can't even outweigh that, for real.
Hell yeah. Do you just have one kid?
Nah, man. I got 4 kids.
Same person?
One is different, you know what I mean? But other than that, all of them by the same girl,
Oh, yeah. How do you balance time with that and music and then work as well?
Well, crazily, it's a lot of missing a lot of sleep for sure. You know what I mean? I run off like, I want to say about 4 hours of sleep a day, if that. On top of like one of my kids gets night terrors and shit. So you know what I mean? That's never even. And now I work at night. So
yeah,
man,
how's it working third shift? I know how it was for me, but
I don't like working third shift for a job, but like for myself, it's completely different. Like I'm able to stay up, you know what I mean? Because I'm doing everything I want to get done. You know what I mean? So, and it's very, if you ask me, it's very efficient. Like, and how we got it set up over here, like, shoot, we got like 3 booths going all the time. So it's like, it's always a song being made. And then, all the vibes is just at night. So.
Yeah. It seems how you wanted to have your own studio. People always came to you. They gravitated to you at first because you're the only one. Mm-hmm. But when did you become so business savvy? Who was your inspiration for that? Or who did you look up to?
Honestly, I would say I get that from my dad. Like, he was always doing some type of business. Like, I remember going to his house. Like, he was, like, we weren't always together, but, like, when I did go visit him during my life, but I was mostly raised by my mom. But I do remember going to his house, and he had, like, a whole basement of MacBooks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about literally, like, 200 MacBooks, and they were all legit, you know what I mean? He was just a hustler, like, but, like, a legit business hustler. He'll show up in a suit and tie and, talk his talk, walk his walk, and he knew all the right people. So I think that's who I really got it from. It's just in me, if you ask me.
Hell yeah. What about musically? What made you want to rap? Who did you hear? Like, oh yeah, I could do that. Or a producer, it could be either one.
So kind of like an inspiration, or?
Yes, sir.
That's a good question. I don't know who like really initially like inspired me to like really be able to do it. I was just kind of like picked up on it, like, what, I can do this, like. But my inspirations, like, my inspirations now I would say like Larry June, Primo Rice. These guys are the ones who've been like really pushing me to like, you know, make quality music, and you know, you can actually benefit from the whole process. You know, if you just take it like a business, you know. So yeah, Larry June, Primo Rice, definitely Dolph and Key Glock, Yo Gotti. With my like singer wise, like Post Malone. Who else do I really like? My son really fucks with Lil Uzi Vert. Like when that I Just Wanna Rock comes on, he's if you don't replay that song at least 5 times in a row, expect to get punched. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like so, yeah. I really do have a lot of singers. It's just I'm drawing a blank because I'm a little fried a little bit, but.
Speaking of being fried, is that all you do? You just smoke weed? You don't smoke cigs? You don't...
Nah, man, I just smoke tree, man. I like when I was on probation and shit, you know, obviously, but those times have passed, and I'm, you know what I mean? Like I consider, you know, slowing down smoking a little bit, but it's just like niggas just accepted it. Like I'm a weed smoker, fuck it. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yo, yeah. Well, when did you first smoke? Can you tell us that story?
Dude, I was 11, and we was at Kettler Park, I believe, and you know it was at the time like mids was hot. You know, everybody had them like a little 2 for $10 bag, 3 for 15, or what was it? 3 for 10, 2 for the 5s and shit. You know. Yeah, one of my, I don't even know what, I don't know why I always liked the smell of weed, you know what I mean? But when I actually had a chance to try it, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. It was crazy, but I was like, fuck it, let me smoke this blunt. I'm telling you, and it was me and all my friends the first time smoking ever. We sitting there, all shared a blunt at the park. Didn't even care who was on the session with us. We just like, we bought some weed and we smoking. We rolled one blunt with some mids. Didn't even know how to fucking roll for real. I'm telling you, after that blunt, we all fell asleep at that bench at the park. Like, we just knocked the fuck out. Woke up like, what the fuck? Like,
oh shit, at the park?
Man, woke up hungry. Like,
and how old were you?
11. Dude.
Oh shit, how did y'all, so y'all just knew who was selling? Or?
Yeah, we just, yeah.
Y'all already made up y'all mind?
You know, like, you know what I mean? That's one thing about, like, you know, like not having like father figures in the house. You gonna go figure out some shit to do. You know what I mean? So we just out here figuring it out and just like doing what we think is, you know, cool, you know?
Yeah,
so, and there was a lot of us, honestly. If you ask me, shit, I actually did a, you know, a little calculation like a year ago or so. I don't remember, but like I really asked all my homies, I'm like, yo, dude, was your dad around? Like, and they like, nah, bro. Like, so we literally all just raising ourselves outside. You know what I mean? Like,
when did your parents get to split up, or were they married or divorced?
They really split up. Like, I remember they was always off and on, from what I remember. But I remember like the actual time they was like done. I was like 7, 8. You know what I mean? And shit, they had a big ass fight. And after that, he moved back up to Cincinnati. And they gave me a choice of whether. I was like 7, 8 at the time. I'm like, it was like, who you want to go with? I'm like, I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? So like, I'm like, obviously I'm comfortable with all my shit at my mom, so let me stay with my mom. You know what I mean? Like, should I, you know, now that he's passed, I wish I would have been able to like stay with him a little longer, like just to learn some things. But you know,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I ended up staying with my mom, being a little mama's boy. If I can, I lucky forgot where I was going with that.
But that fight, and then did you witnessed it? Like, how did? Like, what was going through your head? Like, being at.
I mean, I was used to it at that point. You know what I mean? Like,
because you said they were off and on.
Yeah, and then there's some other things like my mom. I ain't gonna put her out there.
Right? No.
So, but, yeah, they was just always off and on. They fought a lot. Fucking, you know what I mean? So. I keep forgetting before the fuck I'm at with them. Think about the damn whole situation.
Could you vividly remember it to this day? You think so?
What?
Like the images and all of that?
Yeah,
happened?
hell yeah. That's part of the things that really replay in my history bank in my mind. You know what I mean? Like, and it's crazy. Like, I remember good times, but I definitely remember those times too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's what made you say.
yeah. So, but it was a lot more like when the bad times really would stain in your brain a little bit because it was very traumatic type shit. So,
Did things get easier for you in the home life? You'd say not having to work once that happened, once they went their separate ways for you.
I would say I had a lot of behavior issues. Like, you know what I mean? Like, definitely in the house. Like, I started acting the fuck out. Like, but I didn't really understand why I was acting out. You know what I mean? And then, you know, like I was 8. That was like what, when I was 8 when they split up. Then like what, like 4 or 5 years later, he ended up passing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it was like
natural causes. Just
nah, it was fucked up, dude. Like, it's pretty gruesome.
You don't have to share if you don't want
man, to. It's pretty fucking gruesome. Yeah, fuck. I mean, I share. I mean, like, yeah, like, okay, this is what happened. Like, I think he, from what I was told, he stopped his car or something. I don't remember exactly what happened. He stopped his car, took his seatbelt off, and forgot to put his car in park when he stopped it. And like when he got out, like he like tripped. You know what I mean? Like, and like the car like ran him over.
Oh my God.
Shit. Yeah. So. Yeah, and then but the thing is he got up after the car ran him over, and then he fucking walked out, then just passed out and was dead from there. Like, it took my mom a little while. It took my mom about a week to really tell me that he was dead for about a week, and I was like calling him, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why he ain't answering the phone? So yeah, like he was gone for about a week, and I couldn't get a hold of him, and it was just weird as fuck. And then my mom told me, I'm like, what?
She knew the whole week?
Yeah, she knew the whole week. Like,
she just didn't know how to tell you.
Yeah, like, I don't blame her for that, you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't have known how to say it neither. Like, I'm definitely not mad at her about that, but it was just crazy because I was blowing his phone up. I'm like, what? You know what I mean? Like, we did talk, but like, so that was weird when he didn't answer the phone. But yeah, I ended up finding out that happened. So.
And what happened? Would you say? Did you act out at that point? Did you take it? How did you take all of that?
I mean, on top of all the shit that, you know, already happened, you know what I mean, like in the household with them fighting already, so I had behavior issues from that, as well as, you know, now this stacked on top of it. You know, I really didn't have him too much in my life. Like, we had conversations and shit, but like, he wasn't too much in my life to where like I had somebody to talk to and shit. So I definitely feel like that just added on to the behavior issues. And yeah, I really feel like that's what happened. It just got stacked on top of it, so it just made it a little worse. And I definitely didn't know how to deal with it. You know, they tried to give me counselors and shit when I was in school, but it was just like, you know, well, actually, I trusted I started to, you know, trust the counselor a little bit, but